Chapter 3 The City Streets. Amy could not fathom why Lace wanted this freedom instead of being in a pet store or in a human home. The city streets were miserable and cold. Amy had fallen asleep that night in a little alleyway next to the pet store, hoping to slip in the next day, but when she woke up, she found herself face to face with two very vicious-looking dogs.
"What are you doing in our alleyway?"
demanded the larger of the two. Amy stood up and shakily began backing away.
I didn't know it was yours. I'll be going now,
she quavered, eyes darting around for a path of escape, yet she seemed to be cornered. The smaller dog leaned in closer with her foul breath and leered at her.
"Oh yeah? You think so, huh?"
sneered the dog. Amy, seeing no way of running, stood up a little taller and looked the dog right in the face. She'd had enough of being pushed around by other people.
"Yes, I do think so,"
Amy replied evenly.
"So, if you'd kindly move, I'll leave your alleyway. Please move,
she added. Both dogs erupted into howls of laughter.
"Please move,"
snorted the larger dog.
"Yeah, right."
He leapt at Amy, who had tried to dash away while they were distracted, and easily caught her by the scruff of her neck. Amy twisted and turned, but she was now caught in the disgusting jaws of this dog. The smaller dog laughed cruelly at Amy.
"Stupid cat! No one invades our territory and gets away with it!"
she snarled.
I didn't know it was your territory, okay? Let me go!
demanded Amy, but the two dogs just kept right on laughing at her. Amy hissed and unsheathed her claws.
I said, let me go!
roared the calico kitten. The alleyway fell silent with the force of Amy's shout, and the larger dog dropped her in surprise. Amy herself was very startled. She'd been loud before, but never that loud.
How?
stammered the large dog. Amy blinked rapidly, getting to her paws.
Not sure, but I'll be on my way now. Thank you,
she replied. Then, with the two dogs still dazed, Amy tore out of the alleyway and started sprinting as fast as her tiny little paws would carry her. The smaller dog quickly came to her senses.
"Hey, that stupid cat's getting away! After her!"
Amy had never run so fast in all her life. Truth to be told, Amy had never really had the chance to run very much in her small little cage, and even when she was let out for exercise, there was never very much room. Within seconds, her sides were heaving and her legs ached, but as soon as she started to slow down near the entrance of Pete's Pet Palace, she heard the barking of the two dogs right behind her.
I'll have to come back later,
she gasped, then continued running straight away from her previous home. Sharp bits of gravel stuck in her paws, and humans were starting to fill the sidewalks, but Amy kept running. She had no choice. The little cat weaved and dodged through the humans' legs, dashed across several streets, and looped around countless city blocks until, when she got to the city park, the calico simply collapsed.
I have to just catch my breath,
wheezed Amy. The grass underneath her was cool and pleasant, and she was fairly sure she had lost those two dogs. Still, when she was able to get up, she was parched, hungry, and utterly lost. In her mad rush to get away from the dogs, she hadn't paid any attention to where she was going. Several old trees loomed up above her, and the grassy hills of the park seemed to roll on for quite a while. Amy walked cautiously along the cobbled path running through the park, looking around.
Now, where am I supposed to find a food bowl around here? Lace said something about hunting, but I can't just take down some bird because I'm hungry. Some of those birds in Pete's Pet Palace are my good friends, Amy said.
"Good decision,"
chirped a voice high up above. The calico kitten squinted up through the morning sunlight and made out a little blue jay perched on the branch up above her.
Good morning,
mewed Amy politely.
Where might I find some cat food? Or some water? Or, better yet, do you know how to get back to Pete's Pet Palace?
The blue jay tilted her head, considering.
"Well, I've never heard the first or third, but there's a fountain up ahead. Shall I take you there?"
asked the bird. Amy beamed with excitement.
Oh yes, please. I am very thirsty.
Amy replied, and the little blue jay guided Amy to a large, glimmering white fountain nestled in the shade of a large oak tree. Without a moment's hesitation, Amy dunked her head in and started lapping up the cool water.
Wow, you really are thirsty,
commented the blue jay. Amy nodded and continued drinking.
My name is Lisa, by the way. Lisa May, the blue jay.
The calico kitten wiped her muzzle with the back of her paw and looked back up at Lisa.
Oh, Lisa? That's a pretty name,
Amy said with a cheerful smile. Maybe all the creatures out here weren't so bad.
My name's Amy. I'm a calico kitten.
Lisa bobbed her head pleasantly.
Well, that's very nice. But with a color like that, isn't someone missing you?
Amy's head drooped as she remembered.
Oh, well, yes. I lived in a pet store for a while, you see. Pete's Pet Palace. I was waiting for someone to adopt me so I could have a real home like my brother and sister, but, well, see, I can't purr, so no one wanted me. So I ran away, but I don't really think that solved my problem. In fact,
added Amy with a sigh,
I'm pretty sure it's made my problem even worse.
Lisa winced sympathetically.
Well,
started Lisa.
I'm not sure if it'll work, but you might try the wishing fountain.
Amy tilted her head to the side.
Wishing fountain?
She echoed.
Yes, the wishing fountain. You're standing right in front of it, actually,
said Lisa. Amy peered back into the fountain, and to her surprise, she noticed that she could see several shiny coins lying at the bottom.
It's not too hard to use,
explained Lisa.
But it's hard to make work. If you take a coin, like those you see there, and throw it into the fountain, and then make a wish from your heart, and it must truly be from your heart, or it won't work, then, well, if you're lucky, your wish will come true.
Amy's eyes widened, and she regarded the structure with a newfound sort of awe.
Does it actually work?
she asked Lisa. The little bird considered the question.
Well, it kinda does, just not always the way you expect.
The bird began, but Amy was brimming full of excitement.
Oh, then this is it! This is how I'll get a home!
Amy burst out. The calico kitten hunted around in the grass until she found a shiny, coppery coin. She dashed back over to the fountain and threw it into the glimmering water. It made a funny sort of noise as it hit the surface, like someone being hit on the head. But Amy hurried to make her wish. Surely, it was a kind of thing that could only be used once, and she didn't want to let her time run out.
I wish,
she began, suddenly shy. She glanced back at Lisa, who nodded encouragingly.
I wish for a place I can be warm and sleep at night, where I can have a roof over my head and not go hungry or thirsty, where those dogs can't chase me. I wish for a place where I'm loved and cared for, where I can have friends and family near, where I can go back to, even if I make mistakes, a place where I can always be myself, despite my flaws, despite my abnormalities. I wish for a home.
That truly is a very sincere and hot-spoken wish,
came a voice from the fountain, and to Amy's surprise, a yellow set of eyes began to rise out of the water.